Yo, Romeo Kwame Yabuani shorts, the RKY. Keep watching the KSM show. Mamon Fandiagro.
Okay, folks. I'm very, very excited, you know, and I'm wearing my Ghana 60 years on shirt because there are some amazing things that have happened to Ghana 60 years on. And one of the things is what I'm going to talk about today, man. You know, the University of Hopkins, which has been in existence for, I think, over 124 years. They have a neurosurgery department. I always have a problem saying neuro. Maybe I have a neurological problem. I'll find out soon. But they have a neurosurgery department that has been in place for about 100 years, folks. And in the 100 years, the first time in 100 years, they've had their first black female student. Guess what? She's from Ghana. Show some love, man. Their first black female resident. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Show some love for Nancy Abu-Bonsrah. There we go, very good, very good. There we go. Oh, Nancy.
Yes.
I salute.
Thank you.
As they say, I'm not going to have but two channel. Folks, she's in the house. We take a commercial break. When we come back, Nancy is here. We'll be right back.
It's gonna get sweeter than guinea fowl. It's the KSM Show.
The KSM Show.
We're back! And folks, today is a very, very special day for me, because I first read about this lady online. Something about a CNN news story. CNN did a news story about this great happening, about how this Ghanaian woman happens to be the first black female neurosurgery resident at Johns Hopkins, and it's amazing that she's here with me today. Put your hands together for her one more time. Nancy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
My goodness, you must have very, very proud parents. Let me take it from there.
Yes, they're
Who are your
very, very
parents?
happy. So my mom is here, Georgina Abu-Bonsrah. She's in Ghana.
Okay.
My dad, Seth Abu-Bonsrah, is back in the States. He has
Okay.
a job at World Vision. So.
Oh, he's worked with World Vision.
Yep.
You went to the US when you were like, what, 15 years old?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You went to study there?
I did.
And from everything I read or I've been reading about you, even from high school, you were kicking it. I don't want to say the word, but you were kicking it.
By God's grace, it was doing well. So
Yeah,
good,
you're very humble though. I like that. She says, by God's grace, I was doing well. No, she wasn't doing well. She was excelling, man. Show some love for her, man. And how was the transition? So you get there, you're 15 years old, you get to America. Before America, where did you school in Ghana?
So we lived in Kumasi for a while. So I went to Adventist Preparatory School, which was in Tanoso.
Okay.
And then around 1998, my dad brought us to Accra. That's when we went to Hana School Complex in Medina. It's a private school over there. So I finished JSS. I wrote my BEC. I was about to go to Wesley Girls, so I got my chop box, I got everything,
your
Gary,
trunk,
Shito.
the works.
I was ready to go, but then my dad got the job at Adra International, and we all moved to the States.
Fantastic. And so you go to the States, and coming in from Ghana, what was very exciting for you, I guess?
It was exciting, but it was also sad because I had my friends and my family back in Ghana, leaving everything that I knew and going to a new environment. That was very, I had to adjust to that. There was a little bit of a culture shock when I went to the States. Everyone was speaking so fast, I couldn't hear anything. I'd go to class and the teacher would just be talking and I'd be like, what's this guy talking about? I know. And then high school is just a special place. You have to adapt to it. It's just, it was a character building process. But I'm very thankful that my family was there. We had a huge Ghanaian SD Adventist community there that kind of welcomed us and supported us up until this point.
Yeah, but even from high school, you were really doing very, very well. And this desire to study medicine. When did it start?
I think it was always there. It kind of started when I was in JSS. When you have to start thinking about what you're going to do in SS, are you going to do science, are you going to do English, math, whatever. And I was doing well in JSS, so my teachers were like, you know, you should think about science, you should go into medicine. You know how Ghanaian people are. But then I thought more about medicine as a way to give back to the community and a way to help, you know, people from where I'm from, people in Ghana in general. So I thought it kind of merged my interest very well in doing medicine. So that's when the thought kind of took root, and I carried it forward when I went to the States as well.
The States, yeah. So you went to
Mount St. Mary's University.
Mount St. Mary's, okay. Yeah. And then from there?
From there, I went to Hopkins.
Hopkins, yeah. Folks, they have this day in the U.S., you know, where all the universities, the medical students, as it called, Match Day?
Match Day, yeah.
You all get together, and that's when you find out where you place for your residency.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal in the States, right?
Yeah, for medical students,
For a medical
it's a really
student,
big deal. You've been working towards this for like your whole life.
Yeah.
And then on this day, you find out exactly where you're going. It's kind of like the Ghana National Service, where you could be thrown to like God knows where, and you don't know.
You don't know
until you open that envelope. So what happened was that the fall before, like around September, you would apply to a whole bunch of schools. And neurosurgery is very competitive, and thankfully their department had really supported me, the faculty and the residents, and they had given me great mentorship, so I had a good foundation to apply into the programs. So I applied to a whole bunch of programs, and then around like October, November, December, and January, I went all over the country to interview. I went to like 21 different places, just interviewing at different schools and trying to figure out which one would be a good fit for me. And then on the Monday of that match day week, we get an email, right? And then the email tells you whether you matched or not. So that email tells you, am I going to have a job come July, essentially? And you open the email and it's like, did I match, ... And your heart just drops. And then you open the envelope and it's the email and it just says, congratulations, you matched. And then you're like relieved. And you wait until Friday to find out exactly where you're going.
Where you matched.
And that is the match day.
I see.
So all the schools, all the students kind of go to one place, at least for Hopkins. The way it works is that we all go there around 10, 11. We talk, you know, they give us some motivational speeches, you know, you did it, you can do it, stuff like that. And then they start counting down around like 11:59 or so. And everyone gets their envelope and you go to your family and your friends, and then you open it when the clock strikes noon. And then that's when you find out exactly where
you're
you're
going. And you opened it and there you were.
Yeah, so actually my husband ended up being the one to open it. So he took the envelope, he opened it, and then he started shouting, Johns Hopkins, Johns
Wow.
Hopkins.
Just a lot. And we're talking about a department that had been in place for over 100 years?
Yeah, so
and they had never,
so
you were the first black female?
Yeah, so neurosurgery was, you know, more than neurosurgery as we know it right now was established at Hopkins. There are great names that everyone associates with neurosurgery, like Harvey Cushion, Walter Dandy. They were the ones who built up neurosurgery as we know it at Hopkins. Ben Carson came there in the 1980s onwards until his recent retirement. And you know, the department has a rich history. They're innovative in neurosurgery, cutting edge in neurosurgery, really fantastic surgeons
It's
there.
the best, I hear.
It's the best in neurosurgery there. And I think I was really lucky to have, you know, I guess the stars align and to have really great mentors in the department who supported me, who saw potential that they wanted to nurture. And I'm happy that they kept me there for the training for 7 more years so they can whip me in shape.
Show some love, man. Did you know what the odds were? Like, you must have known that in 100 years, no black woman had ever, black person.
Well, there have been quite a few gentlemen, black gentlemen.
Yeah, black gentlemen, yeah, black female, sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be the first. I didn't know what the odds were, but like I told you, the match process is very uncertain. So I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just like, you know, I have to match first so I know I have a job. And then on Friday, I just have to open the envelope and figure out, you know, what contract school that they sent me to. So I didn't really think about it. The field itself, neurosurgery, is very competitive. It's, I think this year there's about 240 students or so, maybe a little over that, who applied in the whole of the United States. And if you compare that to internal medicine, which is tens of thousands of people who are applying to that, so the number of people who apply into neurosurgery is small.
Small,
and
yeah.
the chances of getting it is also
Yeah.
a little bit smaller than
Yeah,
that.
I
But
hear they take like 2 to 5 people.
so this year they took 5 people.
Took
so
5 people.
They are increasing the number of residents that they take a year because the program is so big and they need more people to take care of the patients that they see. But I've been really lucky. I have like 4 other excellent gentlemen who will be joining me when I start in July. Yeah.
You use lucky a lot. I don't believe in luck.
Oh, it's
A friend of mine in the US said luck is a 4-letter word, which is true. It is a 4-letter word, but
maybe I should modify that phrase a little.
Yeah.
I think God just has blessed our family quite a lot, and
Yeah.
we're incredibly fortunate with what He has done for us and how far He's brought us. And no one gets to where they are by themselves.
looking at your CV, it's just so impressive, and you've done over 37 publications.
There's been quite a few, yeah.
Yeah. And in terms of your presentations, your abstracts, I mean, it's uncountable. I mean, where do you find time to do anything? I mean,
So I took a year to do research in the middle of med school. So after I finished my 3rd year, I did a year of research, and I had a great team. You know, Dr. Shuba, who's one of the spine surgeons there, Dr. Goodwin, another of their surgeons there, and they were very active, and they really wanted to do a lot of research, and I was a student research assistant, just helping out with what they were doing, and whenever they say, oh, we have this to do, I'll be like, I'll do it, and then they just kept coming and coming and coming, and you know, by God's grace, we just kind of had a good yield out of that research year, and it keeps coming even now.
even now, it never stops.
It never stops.
You're married?
I am married.
Yeah, you did mention.
Yeah.
And is your husband also into the medicine or?
Yeah, so my husband is Kobnayamwa. He is actually a 3rd year medical student at University of Maryland, and
Okay.
God willing, he's going to graduate next year.
Wow. I'd love to see your kids, man.
He would love to see our kids.
What do you do for fun?
fun,
How do you relax? Is there anything like relaxing for you?
Oh, yeah. No,
What do you do?
I like to play soccer. Oh,
You play
football.
soccer?
I'm sorry, football.
You play football?
I play football.
Really?
I've been playing since I was a kid. I have 3 brothers. Well, 2 were a little bit older than me. One is like 14 years younger than I am. But I used to play with my older brothers all the time.
Wow.
When we were growing up with our friends and stuff like that.
You still play?
I still play. Hopkins, they have this thing called an intramural team. It's just people who just want to have some fun and play football. So we just go, you know, once a week and just play and have fun. So I enjoy that a lot. I like to eat.
You like to eat?
I like to eat Ghanaian food. It's
Really?
good, yeah.
What's your favorite?
There's too many. If I tell you, you're gonna have to have like a long list of like just food. In general. And then I like to watch TV and read as well. So I read a lot. That's good.
Sounds like you have a lot of fun, but I also at some point looks like you are really academic,
Yeah.
always engrossed in.
It depends on who you ask if I have fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What will your husband
I think
say?
I'm good, but some people don't think I have too much fun. But it's good. Yeah.
Wow. And I hear there are some good doctors also in the US, you know,
Yeah.
from Ghana.
Yeah.
Amazingly great doctors.
Yeah.
There are some great doctors in Ghana too, of course.
Yeah.
What are your long-term views when Ghana is mentioned? Do you ever think you pass through?
Yeah, definitely.
Not pass through, I mean settle.
Yeah, I thought about it a lot because my motivation and my goal has always been to come back home and to help. And actually, when I was a junior in college, I'd come back to Ghana. I went to Komfanoche to kind of shadow some of the doctors and to see what was going on.
Okay.
And I was with Dr. Benedict Owusu. He's one of the neurosurgeons at Komfanoche, and then he was doing his procedures. And I was seeing that, you know, he's an excellent surgeon. He's doing impeccable work. but there's just a few of them doing the work, and there are patients who come in day after day, and you can only see so many. And you know, that's one of the first times where my interest in neurosurgery was piqued. And I thought, you know, this is an incredible field, and there's a need for people in Ghana as well. And then when I went to the States, and when I was at Hopkins, one of the neurosurgeons at Kolebu was doing a fellowship at Hopkins. His name is Dr. Patrick Banka. He's at Kolebu now. So we met, we talked. I saw him in the operating room when I was there, and afterwards I was like, "You look like you're Ghanaian." And he's like, "Yes, I'm Ghanaian." So we started speaking Chi. And then afterwards we just kind of had a nice conversation. And when I came to Ghana a couple of years back, I went to see him, and this time I went to see him as well. And at Kolebu, they're also doing fantastic work, and I was very surprised because they have quite a few neurosurgeons, but it's not as many as their whole Ghanaian community needs. And they're doing the best that they can, but at the same time, they need supplies to do the job that they need to do. They need ICU beds, they need to become a department themselves, and they're facing monumental challenges that I believe can be surmounted.
It's amazing what they do with the little that they have, you know. The respect they have for the doctors in Ghana is just incredible. You know, I mean, and when you come from the States, of course, this is really magnified because you see, like what are you working with? And yet, you know, they are doing great stuff. So,
I look at them and I'm like, blown away every single time that I see them and the things that they're able to do, and I can't wait to learn from them.
Show some love, man! Show some love. Well, it's great to have you here. You know, I can't believe I'm talking to you because I can't
believe I'm talking to you. I used to watch you on TV all the time.
Oh, you do?
I did. With my family.
I was reading about you on CNN. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, she's here. She's on my show. But it's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to your dad, your mom, and the doctors, and all those who have played a role in you becoming what you are and going to become even more what you will be. And Ghana looks forward to getting you back into the fold. And
I'm looking forward to it as
well. Fantastic.
Share
some love one more time. Fantastic. Great to have you here. And next time we come back, make sure visit the show one more time. Okay. Show some love one more time. All right, folks, stick around and we will be right back.
Don't worry, the KSM Show will be back in a flash. Well,